We think we know the ultimate prize that led to farming: bread, the simple, life-sustaining fuel of civilization. But what if humanity's greatest effort, the dawn of agriculture, was driven not by sustenance, but by something social and something forbidden? The provocative truth is this: the need for ritual, communal brewing, not the need for daily bread, may have been the single force that built our civilization. This isn't just theory. We have archaeological proof, chemical analysis, and ancient hymns that confirm it. We're talking about a tradition that built cities, paid armies, and created the first written recipes. To understand this, we have to start with the evidence. The oldest known recipe in the world. Meet Ninkasi, the Sumerian goddess of brewing. And this cuneiform tablet, it's her instruction manual. It's a literal, detailed recipe for making beer from grain and date syrup, immortalized in clay. Fun fact, Mesopotamian beer was thick, almost like porridge. You couldn't just drink it. But the story of beer doesn't begin with the Sumerians. The story is far, far older. To find the truth, we must travel to an impossible archaeological site in Turkey, Göbekli Tepe. Göbekli Tepe is 12,000 years old. It was built by hunter-gatherers, people who didn't even know how to farm yet. Why would nomads build a monumental stone temple? For gods, or for the ancient party contained in this stone basin? That massive stone basin is key. We needed forensic science to tell us what primordial residue was hiding inside. The analysis confirmed the presence of calcium oxalate, a byproduct that forms specifically when you are brewing beer. This discovery flipped history upside down. Beer was invented by hunter-gatherers for communal ritual. This leads to the beer engine theory, that beer drove the very beginning of agriculture. The effort to collect enough wild grain for a single feast was intense and unsustainable. The desire to brew enough beer for the gods and the community became the ultimate incentive to domesticate grain and finally settle down. This singular incentive to brew didn't just create farming. It created the surplus that built the first cities. And with cities came the grandest projects of the ancient world. Now we travel south to Egypt, the Great Pyramids of Giza. How do you motivate and pay a workforce of thousands to build a monument for a god king? You don't pay them in wool. You pay them in the fuel of daily life. We found the workers' ration lists etched in stone. Their salary? 4 liters of thick, nutritious, life-sustaining beer per day. Beer wasn't just a drink. It was the world's first large-scale currency. It was liquid bread. But it was also the social glue. And the Sumerians, back in Mesopotamia, had a unique problem. Remember that thick, porridge-like brew? It was still full of chaff, grain husks, and debris. You couldn't just drink it. So, they invented a piece of technology you might recognize: the drinking straw. These reed or metal straws weren't for convenience. They were filters. They allowed drinkers to bypass the floating scum and reach the potent liquid at the bottom. But look closer at these ancient cylinder seals. This isn't individual drinking. This is a communal event. Groups are gathered around a single massive ceramic pot, sharing the contents. This was the original social network. This tradition of using beer as a social glue never disappeared.
It echoed down through millennia. We see it in Roman taberni, in medieval monastery breweries, where monks perfected the recipes. We see it in the birth of the European pub, the public house, the center of village life. And we see it today. Look at the modern craft revolution. We are once again obsessed, just like our ancestors 12,000 years ago, with creating unique ritual brews for the sole purpose of coming together. The technology has changed. The straws are no longer necessary, but the fundamental idea is the same. So, what did we uncover? Our investigation has led us to a startling conclusion. We always thought bread was the engine of progress, but bread is a product of survival. You eat it alone or with your family. But beer is a product of community. It was nearly impossible to make alone, and it was brewed for communal ritual. It was this need to gather, to celebrate, and to appease the gods that forced the hunters of Göbekli Tepe to take the unbelievable step of becoming farmers. Beer paid armies. Beer built the pyramids. Beer created the first social networks. So the next time you're at a pub with friends, raising a glass, remember, you're not just having a drink. You are taking part in a tradition that quite possibly built our world.